Body just be going to it's going to destruct if I die, my body just be going to it's going to destruct if I die, my body just be going to it's going to destruct. Testing. Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened. All right. All right. Hello. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I do not know what the fuck is going on. Alright. Alright. Let me get this shit to work. I don't know what was causing that. Testing. All right. This mic finna self-destruct in like 10 seconds. Just watch. Alright. I'm just gonna make sure you keep an eye on it. You know, my body wanna act like it just wanna, self-destruct for some reason. We live though, bitches. Don't worry, we got a lot of that coming soon.
All right, so here's what I'm going to be doing this year to accomplish my 2026 goals. And I want to break this whole thing down for you in a way where you can mimic some of this so you can accomplish your goals as well. So first of all, one thing I'm not going to be doing is focusing that much on the actual goal. Now, I know that sounds like some hippie bull, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is I'm going to be focusing on the leading indicators. Let me explain. So the outcomes of what you're trying to work on, the results, those are what I would consider lagging indicators, right? They just show you what happened, right? But the leading indicators are the things you do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that will lead to the accomplishment of the goals. For example, let's say somebody has a fitness goal. We all know that for every pound of fat you want to burn, you want to lose, you have to burn extra 3,500 calories. So if that person who wants to lose weight, if he's burning 500 calories more than he consumes per day, that would be like a leading indicator, right? If we see him doing that every day, then we don't have to guess on whether he's going to burn fat or not, right? Because if he's in 500 calorie deficit 7 days in a row, that's 3,500 calories. We know for a fact he'll lose a pound of fat per week, right? And it's like that with all your goals. It's important to focus on the leading indicators, and then the actual goals will take care of themselves. That's very important. That's the first part. But what leading indicators do you pick? Well, what I'm doing is...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, we're probably gonna have to react to this, but I'm just gonna let it go, because I don't see myself reacting. We're gonna hop back in quick.
I suggest you do the same. Is most people set their goals like punks. They think, yo, what do I have to do to accomplish this goal? Right? But what you really need to be thinking about is, what kind of effort would I have to put in that would make failure impossible, right? For example, let's say you got a bug in your house, not my house. Bugs, like real high in this condo, man. I got a private elevator. Bugs can't get up in here. This is not their natural habitat, man. The bugs live down there. But maybe there's a bug in your house, and you could try to swat it. You can try to step on it, chase it around. Maybe go grab some Raid and spray it. You might get it, but you might miss. Right? And that's how most people go about their goals. They think, what do I have to do to accomplish that goal? But they might miss. A lot of y'all been missing goals your whole life. What you need to do instead is think, okay, what kind of effort would I have to put in that would make failure impossible? Okay, this is very important. And in our bug scenario, what you could do is
I'm gonna react to this video, bro. This shit crazy, bro. See that V? That's all you need to see.
you can like fumigate the house, right? Call an exterminator. These are things that, if done, it would be impossible to fail. Bugs ain't immune to fumigation. You know, you kill all the bugs, all its relatives and offspring, right? You'd have a bug-free home in no time, right? That's how we want to approach all our goals in 2026. And I suggest you do the same, right? So if you're approaching goals like that, you need to think, okay, what actions do I need to accomplish on a daily basis, weekly, monthly basis that would make it impossible for me to fail at accomplishing the goals? And once you figure that out, then you got to start tracking. You got to start tracking the leading indicators every day and 100% focusing on them. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. I say that all the time. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. You got to think about these big businesses, Fortune 500 companies, people making a lot of money. They have so much data. They have.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to react to this shit, bro. Scream.
Tons of data. They know everything about every dollar that's spent. They know their conversion rates, their KPIs. They know all about their customers. They know how every dollar is spent. They have tons and tons of data. And you got to run your life the same way. You ain't got no data because you ain't tracking nothing, player. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start tracking the data. In this video, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you the tool that I'm using. It's free. It's called the Victory Vision Planner. It's basically a Notion template I put together for me to track my goals, but I made it a template to give to you guys and an explanation about how to use it. And what you need to do is, once you figure out what your leading indicators are, you need to track them aggressively. So for example, one of my my big goals is to really grow my social media this year. YouTube subscribers, Instagram followers, and one thing I'm tracking as it pertains to that is how much time do I spend on content? Because over the last few years, like I spent time doing it, but I ain't been going hard. I kind of been phoning it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I haven't put out quality content, some of the best shit on the internet, but I haven't put like serious time in it. I was focused on other things, building businesses and doing other shit. But this year, I want to put more of an emphasis on it. And what I'm doing is I'm tracking how many hours do I spend actually working on content per day. And for me, it's going to be 4 hours a day working on content on average, right? Some days I won't work on it, but I need to make sure that I make up for that throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tracking every day how many hours I spend working on content. I'm tracking how much content I put out both on Instagram and YouTube. Those are the platforms I'm focusing on. And I'm just tracking it super aggressively. When it comes to, my relationship goals, like goals with my girlfriend, I'm tracking how much quality time we spend together each week. Really tracking it, and I set a goal for quality time because, here's the thing when it comes to relationships and guys who are in the entrepreneurial space. If you're like a really ambitious dude, you might fuck around and spend so much time working on your business. That's all you think about. And then you kind of like your girl or your significant other, you kind of get around to her. And she senses that. She realizes she's not a priority. And here's what happens. She starts to resent that a little bit or feel bad, and she becomes kind of like a bitch to be around, right? When you do spend time with her, she's being a bitch because she's mad, and that makes you want to spend time with her less. So she becomes more of a bitch. So that makes you want to spend time with her less, and it becomes like a
react to this video, right?
A vicious cycle, right? Until y'all break up, right? And the opposite is true as well, right? Like, let's say you spending like quality time with her, you doing kind things for her and shit. And then if it's a good girl, it's a good woman, you pick a quality woman, right? She'll reciprocate a lot of that energy, right? And she'll be more pleasant to be around. And then you'll want to spend more time with her. So you will. So she'll be more pleasant to be around. So you want to spend more time with her. So you will. And then that's a cycle as well. It's an upward spiral instead of a downward spiral, right? And so when it comes to relationships, I'm tracking how much quality time I spend with her. How many like kind things I do for her, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be like buying her shit. It could just be like some shit that don't cost money. You know what the fuck I mean, right? It could be shit of that nature. And then I'm also tracking like, am I getting what I want out of the relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like how much do I like her attitude? How much is she bitching and tripping? I'm tracking how much we make love. I'm tracking how much head I get. All the
This is a horrible frame of you, brother. We're gonna move on.
things I care about, right? Because my feelings matter too, right? But I'm tracking it, and I'm seeing how things change based off data, and I think that's super critical. You know what I'm saying? If you care about if you give a fuck about a relationship, if it's just some bitch you fucking, then who cares, right? But if it's somebody you care about, you want to prioritize it, because relationships are difficult. You got to think most relationships fail. The average person has 9 relationships before they get married. That means we're at like a 90% failure rate for relationships. Most relationships fail. And then of the people who get married, half of them get divorced. So we're talking about a 95% failure rate for relationships, which when you know that, it stands to reason that relationships may take some work. You know what I'm saying? Also, it's really important for me well, every year, but my relationship with my son is probably the most important relationship I have. So what I'm doing with that, I track how much time I spend with him, right? Really quality time too, because when I'm with him, I don't got my phone on, I'm not doing no other shit. We just out here, Carter boys, getting it in, getting crazy. And it's a little more difficult for me because my son lives in a different state, with my ex-wife, and I visit him pretty much every other weekend. I fly down to where he's at, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always on a plane. That's a lot, right? That's like fucking flight there and back every other weekend. It's like 50 flights a year. You know what I'm saying? But I do it because I love my boy. And I'm down there more than that because every time there's a school event or whatever, I'm down there, I'm volunteering at the school. So some parents, last year, some parents thought I lived over there because I'm at the school so much, right? So I'm really trying to be a good dad, working on it. And I think I've been doing a good job, but this is nothing I'm doing. I'm tracking how much time I spend with him. I'm also tracking how many amazing experiences we have. I took him to Disney World for a week, took him to Legoland, right? Things that he'll remember, like core memories, I'm tracking those things as well. And another relationship that's important to me is my nieces and nephews. They live out here in Miami, and their father was one of my best friends, and we grew up together and everything, and he passed away. He died in a car crash. So I'm doing my best to be a father figure in their lives. They're like 7 and 11. The girl is 7, and I'm not their dad, but their dad was like my brother, right? So I'm doing my best to be a father figure. I can never replace him, but a father figure. So I'm tracking, all right, how much time do I spend with these kids? You know what I'm saying? Because I give their mom money every month, right? But that ain't the same as spending time with them. You feel me? So I'm out every weekend. I'm not with my son, I'm with them, and these are just things I'm tracking. And as far as fitness goals are concerned, well, I've been doing it for like over a decade, tracking my calories, right? It's the most important thing, man. Oh, guys, almost all your fitness goals will be easy to accomplish if you just start tracking your calories, man. You gotta track your calories, right? And it's super easy, man. It's not fucking hard. Just put numbers in a phone, you fucking bitch, right? Just put numbers in a phone. It's not difficult, but man, everybody who I know who's tracked their calories for a significant amount of time is in amazing shape. They don't look all right. They don't look like normal guys. They're all in amazing shape. And everybody I've met who's in fucking bad shape, who's looking fucking brutal, none of them track their.
All right. Yo, where the hell is my chat? So everybody get to it. anonymous. Alright, so what we're gonna do? What we're about to do? What we're gonna do? Testing. Alright, yeah, mic sound good. Man, fuck me. We gotta edit some videos. Alright. So what videos are we going to edit? What are we going to edit? Probably a rich clip, and then the hell are we gonna edit? Alright, so this was the latest clip I did right here. This is the latest clip I edited right here. Trying to make sure my fucking microphone's working. It's fucking, I promise you. I just want to see if this fucking microphone's working. Alright. 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 He's still trying to get out.
Open the door!
Alright. I don't know. Them officers, they do not be playing. And I'm finna go ahead re-edit Monte video, and then no, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna edit a rich clip. I'm going to edit Simeon's. I gotta re-edit me and Simeon's video. And then I gotta re-edit Montane Kumte clips. I also have to. Let me go ahead and write this shit down. I'm gonna write it all down what everything I gotta do. But this right here, we about to go ahead and upload this clip in like a half hour probably. But this is C1. Philosopher Nouns clip 10104/2026. Alright. And we have a clip right there. Clips awesome. So let me go ahead and write this shit. I'll write it all down. Alright. So now let's go ahead and make a clip for Rich. It's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and change this real quick to I'm gonna change no. I swear. The hell is this shit right here, bruh? All right, we good now. I just want to make sure everything, but fuck the music. All right. All right. So you guys are gonna watch me make some clips for Baby Rich. I wonder if I already got anything. It's just these streams be getting copyrighted for the most dumbest reasons, bruh. I swear I be want to have some music in the background. I swear I do, bitches be like, you know what I'm saying? You niggas. Copyright is just like hell, you feel me?
Music.
These niggas do not make you a mix. Like YouTube, I don't know what YouTube you on. I probably just gotta go to a specific channel. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
got that for the... Oh. Oh shit. Well, that shit ain't no hole. Oh man.
Alright, so we're gonna see what we could clip from here.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yes sir. Come on man, you know what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't easy. But you know, hey, we came, we saw, we conquered. Got us a trophy. That's all they got there now. Oh shit. Oh man. I'm tired of that motherfucker. Oh man.
I be having to watch this in 2x. I'm like dying from that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, this shit's acting oldie slow for no reason. Is the quality so high or something? I don't know. Not now. I am streaming too, very.
Well, I feel like I just forgot how to skate this whole time. Yeah, I'm good. I learned how to stop now. Hi. How long we been out here? What time is it? Hey, it feel good. Feel good. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Hey, man. I got a lot of respect for y'all. You probably won't ever see me again on this motherfucker. But it's all good. How much for one of these one of these pucks?
Alright, so this is what I'm thinking the clip is gonna be. I already made a clip of him shooting the hockey puck. I made this clip already right here.
Do it again, straight. Do it again, straight for this.
I mean, on ice or off the ice?
Both.
I mean, it's a lot of different techniques. First of all, you gotta be like skating, dribbling, shooting. Let's say you gotta net with a synthetic ice and shoot it, running.
A hockey is an hour.
20 minutes, 3 period. You gotta be good conditioner.
That's crazy. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Alright. Alright. Let's just see what they was doing. I just gotta scan through it.
It's all good. It's all good. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't take no disrespect on this ice, man.
Damn, motherfucker tweaking. Can't make this shit up. I don't know why the fuck it's doing this. I don't know why the hell it's being so shitty. My thought it is probably just because I'm streaming. I would hate to just hop on GTA because that's what we were originally gonna do too. I think I already have some raw footage. That's what's really pausing me. I think I already have some raw footage.
Enjoy the fruits of your own labor, you know? Like,
Important part too.
that's crazy. You would, no lie, I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. Like, this shit crazy. But come on, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go ahead and get into it. Wait, I need to bring around that one. Okay. One more time.
Trying to see what I can make out of this. 'Cause I'm streaming.
Stuff behind the ice too. So
I'm saying, like, what workouts y'all do to get in shape for this?
I mean, on ice or on? Very pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. Running, you know, the other team just like dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part too. Coach now. Very pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we just.
Is an hour? How long is the game? An hour?
So like 20 minutes, 3 periods. So it's an hour.
3 periods, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and then you gotta be good conditional because like, let's say in our team, like what I used to coach now, very pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. You know, the other team just like dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part too.
I'll make a clip out of that. That's what I'm gonna make a clip out of that right there. Alright, I'll make a clip out of that right now. I'll sauce that shit up on stream real quick. Testing. Alright. Yo. Alright. I'm gonna make sure, you know. Alright, let's do this. Alright, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna make a clip out of that right there. Alright, clips for Philosopher Nas 102. So that was a couple days ago. But this was the one. Not yet. This was a couple days ago. Alright, so I could close that. Alright, this right here, that was the clip that I just exported. And this was the stream. This is what I want to make a YouTube video for. This is the YouTube video I'm most likely gonna drop today. It's gonna be this police reaction video. These niggas was, that shit was hilarious. And then tomorrow, probably gonna drop a scary video. And we'll see. We'll see, but we going hard. We going hard, you know, man. Alright, so right now we have to make an open. First, let's find rich shit. So really, what we're just gonna do, we're gonna keep it, or should we just make a whole new project? Okay, this was that Christmas one right there. No, we're gonna keep it in this one, but we're gonna go ahead and close this right here. This is in with my serious stream. I know it for sure. Let's show. So I'm gonna close that. This is also in serious stream right here. I'm not gonna close this only because I do not. Wait, it says philosopher Nas. So actually, so I know what this is. All right.
Stuff behind guys too. So
I'm saying, like, what workouts y'all do to get in shape for this?
I mean, on nights or off nights?
Both.
Both. I mean, it's a lot of different. I mean, techniques. First of all, you gotta be like skating well. If you're skating well, that's like a big part,
Yeah.
Then dribbling, shooting, you can do like just off ice. Let's say you got a like net or something.
Yeah.
Just put a synthetic ice and just winning the game because boys just still running.
yeah.
So the other team just like dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part too.
I'm saying, like, what workouts y'all do to get in shape for this?
And yeah, like workout, a lot of workouts as well. Running. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game, 20 minutes, 3 periods.
Yeah, so a hockey is an hour. How long is the game? An hour?
So like 20 minutes, 3 periods. So it's an hour.
3 periods, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and then you gotta be good conditional because like, let's say in our team
Hockey is an hour. How long is the game? An hour?
So like yeah, 20 minutes, 3 periods. So it's an hour.
3 periods, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and like, what I used to coach now, we're in pretty good shape. And then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. Running, you know, the other team just like dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part too. In our team, like what I used to coach now, we're pretty. You gotta be good conditional because, like, let's say, in our team, like what I used to coach now, we're in pretty good shape. And then like.
Yeah, so hockey is an hour. How long is the game? An hour?
So like yeah, 20 minutes, 3 periods. So it's an hour.
3 periods, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and then you gotta be good conditional because like, you gotta be good conditional because like, let's say in our team, like what I used to coach. In our team, like what I used to coach now, we're in pretty good shape. And then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. You know, the other team just like be good conditional because like, you gotta be good conditional because like, let's say in our team, like what I used to coach. Then dribbling, shooting, you can do like just off ice. Let's say you got off like net or something.
Yeah.
Just put a synthetic ice and shoot it or like something. And then like workout, a lot of workout as well. Running. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. 20 minutes. There's a hockey. There's a hockey. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. 20 minutes. Team like what I used to coach now. So it's an hour.
3 periods, 20 minutes?
3 periods.
Yeah, so hockey is an hour. How long is the game? An hour?
So like yeah, 20 minutes, 3 periods. So it's an hour. You gotta be good.
Ooh. Don't say that.
You gotta be good. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditional. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditional. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditional because like, in our team, like there's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditional. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditional. In our team, like what I used to coach now. There's a hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be. You gotta be good conditional. In our conditioner. Now our team, like what I used to. Now our team, like. Now our team. Team like what I used to coach now. We're in pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now our team like what I used to coach now. We're in pretty good shape. 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 The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now we're in pretty good shape. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now we're in pretty good. Now we're in pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now. Now our team. Our team. Good conditioner. Now our team, we're in pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. Running, you know, the other team just like dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now our team, we're in pretty good shape, and then like in the third period. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now our team, we're in pretty good shape, and then like in the third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. Third period, in the last of the game. Third period. Third period. In the last of the game. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. Third period, in the last of the game. Last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. Running, you know, the other team just like dying. Last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. Running, you know, the other team just like dying in the second period. The other team just like dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part too.
I know how I'm gonna do it. I know how I'm gonna do it. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Yo, yo, yo. Alright, yeah, alright, sounds good.
The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good conditioner. Now our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game because boys just still running. Running. The other team just like dying in the second. The other team just like dying. The other team just. The other team just like dying. The other team just dying in the second period. So conditioning is an important part. The other team just dying in the second period. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. So conditioning is a second period. So conditioning period. So conditioning is a important. Conditioning is a conditioning is a conditioning is a important part too. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too. Is an important part. Conditioning is a conditioning is an important part too. The hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good. The hockey is like 60 minutes. The hockey. 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 Hockey is like. Hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta.
Oh my gosh, no way. She was on echo the whole time. I was barely talking, but still, that's crazy. It sounded like I was in the studio or something. I was wondering why I was hearing myself.
Hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too. Is an important part too.
Alright,
Hockey is like.
I'm gonna get Rich saying he feel like he was running on a treadmill. I gotta get that clip of Rich saying he feel like he was running on a treadmill.
Important part too.
That's crazy. You would no lie. I feel like I've been running on a treadmill.
Important part too.
That's crazy. You would no lie. I feel like I've been running on a treadmill. I feel like I've been running on a treadmill. I feel like I've been running on a treadmill. I feel like I've been running on a treadmill. I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been running on a treadmill. Run. I feel like I've been running on a feel like I've been running on. Like I've been running on. I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on the track. I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I've been running on the treadmill. Running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running. Running. I've been running on the. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. Like I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
What's poppin'?
I feel like I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the. Like I've been running on the. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. Treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. On the treadmill.
I know this shit probably making chat go crazy, but this is what this just what you gotta do. It just what you gotta do. So this one I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it zooming on his voice, and then I'm gonna have somebody running on the treadmill, and I'm gonna have the coach announcing giving game. Simple, 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 simple.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Mm. I could probably go ahead and transform it to the I could go ahead. Alright. 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 Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Gosh. Alright. We're back in business. Back in business. Yo. Alright.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
I'm set up the fuck. Alright. I'm least thinking to myself, like, yo, I gotta be tripping. Like, honestly, I have to be tripping. Alright. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the actual fuck is going on? Alright. Alright.
I feel like I've been running.
So, how are we gonna have this?
I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
All right.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. Treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the running on. On the treadmill. I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been.
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. Running on the treadmill.
Let's fight like gentlemen.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Gutter trash.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
I moved to LA. I live on.
Oh man. Oh All right.
I feel like I've been running on. Like I've been. I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been running on the tread. I feel like I've been running on the tread. I've been running on the tread. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition. Hockey is like
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
hockey is like like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition in our team. They're pretty good. You gotta be good. It's like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition in our team.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition in our team.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes of the game. You gotta be good condition. Like 60 minutes of the game. Hockey is like 60 minutes of
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, they're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, they're pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game. Pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the period, and the last of the last. And the last of the game. We're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Condition. Condition.
feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're shape. Third period, in the last of the game. Third period, in the last of the game. Period. Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good.
I feel like I've been running. I feel like I've been running on. Been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good. 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is a conditioning is an important part. Conditioning is an important part too. Conditioning is an important part. Is an important part too.
I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period.
I feel like I've been running on the I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been. Like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be. You gotta.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, good condition. In our team, pretty good. Our team, pretty good shape. Our team, our team. Condition. Our team, pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game. Good shape. Third period, and the last. Third period, and the last of the game we just winning the game. The other team just in the last period, and the last period, and the last of the game, and the last of the game, and the last of the, and the last, and the last of the, and the last of the game, we just. Game, we're just winning the game. Other team just dying in the second period. Condition. Last of the game, we're just winning the game. We're just winning the game. We're just winning the game. Other team. The last of the game, we're just winning the game. Other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is important. Conditioning is important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game.
Yes.
I feel like I've been running on the tread. I feel like I feel like I've been running on the treadmill. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey's
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey's like 60 minutes. Hockey's like 60. Hockey's like 60.
On the treadmill.
Hockey's like 60 minutes. 60 minutes. You gotta. You gotta be good.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey's like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part. Important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey's like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey's like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. In our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, in the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
That's it. Thought that was it.
feel like I've been running on. I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition. Our team, we're in pretty good shape. Third period, and the last of the game, we're just winning the game. The other team just dying in the second period. Conditioning is an important part too.
I feel like I've been running on the treadmill.
Hockey is like 60 minutes. You gotta be good condition.
Okay.
The Red Bull RB17's 15,000 RPM V10 is going to hark back to the glory days of Formula One soundtracks when these cars howled. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to this. howled. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to this. We'll be back on the engine dyno later to hear the entire V10 test procedure and speak to the boss of Cosworth about how difficult a customer Adrian Newey actually is.
And at that point, he has very cleverly pushed you to the absolute limit of the ability of what you know how to do.
Plus, we'll reveal all the different engine configurations that Adrian considered before settling on a V10. We'll also give you a world exclusive first look at the RB17 in its finished form. We'll see the very first carbon chassis too, and I'll even try it out for size. Try and not mess up this very expensive model. First, come with me for an exclusive tour inside Red Bull Advanced Technologies, where the rest of the RB17 is being built, led by Technical Director and ex-F1 engineer Rob Gray. Okay, Rob, thank you so much for having us down to your office. It is surgically clean. How long since you moved in down here?
Well, first of all, welcome. It's really great to have you guys here.
Thank you.
So we moved into this building just over 12 months ago, but this part of it, the actual production area and the prototyping area, we've only been in here since August. So yeah, it's all pretty new.
Yeah, I could just hear from the angle grinder, they are still building some of it. Can you just talk us through a little bit what Red Bull Advanced Technologies does and how that differs from the other parts of Red Bull Racing that are on this campus?
Yeah, sure. So Red Bull Advanced Technologies was formed in 2014 when the late founder of Red Bull, Mr. Mateschitz, came and saw everything we were doing on the F1 side and said, isn't it a shame that we don't use that engineering and all that lovely kit elsewhere? And so Red Bull Advanced Technologies was formed really with the mission of taking that technology out into the world. So here on campus, as you say, we have Red Bull F1, as in chassis F1, so that's where the cars are actually designed, built, and then the race team operate from. But then we also have our new powertrains division, and that's where we're building the engine for F1 in 2026.
Okay, and then obviously we need to talk about this spaceship behind you, the RB17. Now, the important thing to know about this car is this is not something that was simply sketched by Adrian Newey and then is being sort of farmed out for some race team somewhere to build. All of this car is going to come to life basically in this building besides the engine, which we've seen in Cosworth just yesterday. So it's all coming to life very locally, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I'm not going to say 100% is here because, on the F1 side, we build an awful lot of the car here on campus, but we also then use a network of trusted suppliers to make other parts.
Right.
And it's very much the same principle. But the core of the car, what we call the DNA of the car, is being built here in this building. So yeah, we've got composite laminating where we're building the chassis, and then you'll see the assembly areas where we're putting other parts together. And so yeah, a lot of it is actually coming together here.
Excellent. Let's just take a little walk down this. I know this is the model that we've seen before, but I'm guessing the car's evolved hugely since we first clapped eyes on it a couple of years ago.
Yeah, sure. So this is fundamentally the same car that we launched at Goodwood 2 years ago, 18 months ago, and then we got it in Monaco this year in the white. And yeah, the styling has evolved enormously from it, and then the engineering as well. And, for example, one of Adrian's last changes that he put onto us, we signed off all the externals with Adrian before he left. But he moved the exhaust up onto the spine of the engine cover.
It sounds like quite a big change.
Quite a big change, and led to a lot of work then to make the thermal side of it actually function.
Yeah.
Stop things from getting too hot, stop things from catching fire, and generally give us a car that actually works, functions.
Yeah. Now, brilliantly, we'll be able to put on the screen the latest renders, the very kind of up-to-date imagery of what the car's looking like now and the evolution, so people will be able to spot.
Yeah, and that is the images you've got. That is what the car will look like.
Yeah.
It's not just a step in time. That is what we're building.
And here are those renderings. The car we saw back in 24 was a snapshot. That was where the RB17 was when Red Bull decided to build a full-scale model, and by the time the world saw it, it was already way out of date given the speed of development. Immediately you'll spot changes, like those hockey stick LED front lights, which give the RB17 more of a face. In fact, many of the surfaces are now riddled with intakes and vents and downwash ramps for thermal management and peak aerodynamic performance. The engine cover has sprouted a massive sailfish-like fin. There too is that new centrally mounted spinal exhaust that was one of Adrian Newey's final changes. It also now sports real-world practical considerations that weren't seen on the original model. Things like door mirrors and a windscreen wiper. Feeling brave in the wet, are we? Size-wise, the RB17 is also going to be very slightly smaller than the original model, though its footprint still matches a modern Formula 1 car, which is huge. We'll show you around the interior in a moment, but for now, let's get back to our tour with Rob. And can you just talk us through, so what's the relationship with Adrian now? Is he kind of fully off the project, or does he still consult on it, or is he not allowed to because he's now Aston Martin?
No, he's allowed to. He's still interested in what's going on. He still has a bit of input. But to an extent, we got a lot of what we needed from him, in that we know his intent. We know what he wants the car to look like.
Yeah.
If there's ever any questions, he's on the end of the phone. We can talk to him and get his thoughts on it. But a lot of it is making his vision real, and we can kind of just get on with that. Adrian he can do everything on the car. You know, I'm pretty sure he could design every part on the car, and he has done in his history.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's always had a team around him to turn his early concept into reality.
Indeed. Well, he's going to be very busy now because he's got a Formula 1 team to run. Speaking of Formula 1, can we just have a look at this beauty down here? I know we're here to see RB17, but this is the start of RB, I guess, isn't it? This is an RB1?
So this is an RB1, so the first Red Bull F1 car. And we have it in here just because it's the only other Red Bull with a Cosworth engine.
Right.
Because when Red Bull started, we started with the Cosworth, and it's a V10 engine as well. So actually we see quite a parallel between these two cars, and we quite like that story.
Yeah, and your kind of personal history with this car, so your F1 history goes back to even before Red Bull to Jaguar, and then of course Red Bull evolved from that and became the championship-winning colossus it is now.
Yeah, so I've been with the team for 23 years now, I think. And so this car, I was working in stress analysis, so...
what would your job have been then?
Well, there were only two of us doing the stress analysis on the car at this time.
Yeah.
Myself and a chap called Lewis, and I think he pretty much did the chassis and the gearbox, and I picked up all the other bits. So, I mean, everything from the uprights, the wheel nuts, all the suspension, all of these bits. And yes, it was. They were much simpler cars back then.
Yeah, I mean, and so much smaller and sounded amazing, but we got a preview of what that sounded like yesterday, and I think you're on the right track with bringing this era of F1 into a new generation. So how many people, there was a handful of people almost working on this, how many people are working on this site now?
So in the advanced technologies part, there's about 160 of us at the moment.
Yeah.
And that needs to get a bit bigger as we go from building prototypes to actually building real cars in volume. I mean, we're only building 50 cars, but that's still quite a scary number of parts when you think that we're building it in the F1 way.
Yeah.
So it's like you can say 50 is very low for a road car manufacturer, but on the F1 side, you only build 5 chassis a year typically, and so we're 10 times that.
Yeah. Well, I think we should go and see what they're getting up to. Where should we go first?
Okay. Well, let's go and have a look at the chassis first, shall we? Where we've actually got a chassis that's in inspection that's come out of the autoclave. You can see them doing all the measurements and see what they're up to.
All right, let's go and fit my seat.
Okay.
First up, the core of the RB17 then, its chassis and safety cell tub. So first things first, I didn't know the RB17 was going to be made out of MDF. What are we looking at here?
So this is our seating bug. Now it's an engineering tool. It's not intended to be beautiful and polished, but it's basically what we're using to sort out all of the cockpit layout, details such as, can you reach the door handle to shut the door?
Right.
Where we're putting switches, what the steering wheel layout looks like, all of the details that need to be right, but actually are very difficult to do in the virtual world. And so actually, an MDF model is the ideal tool.
Oh, and it's interesting, that even in a world of VR goggles and Apple Vision Pro and all this stuff, there's just no substitute for having a one-to-one scale model and even putting in these tops of the wheel arch surfaces. So I guess you can sight, is that the visibility?
That's for the vision angle. So when you're sat in the driver's seat, what can you see? How much of the apex can you see?
Of course, yes. So less about blind spots when you park in and more about can you spot the entry to stow when you're flat out. Am I allowed to have a sit inside?
Yeah, you can have a sit inside.
Right, let's jump in. Now, am I allowed to stand on the seat?
You are, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the trick is to step into it, and so you're standing up, and then slide down. Yep, just take the steering wheel off.
Okay, wheel off. Try and not mess up this very expensive model. Okay, so stand on the seat and then simply lower self in.
Slide down.
That is easier than a Valkyrie, I think.
Well, that's why, so we changed the way the doors open compared to Valkyrie.
Yeah, you haven't got those sort of
You've got
lids.
gull wing doors on Valkyrie,
Yeah.
whereas these are hinged on the A-pillar, so it gives you that ability to stand on the seat.
Yeah, so now I'm in here, I've got that
on the
classic...
wheel?
I would love the wheel, thank you. I can feel I've got that classic Formula One prototype driving position. My backside's right down, my legs are up, and I actually feel quite cozy.
Yes.
They're amazingly comfortable. So what would you learn from this model? You know, button position,
It's
mirrors?
everything from what can you see out the front of the car, and are we happy with that, through to where you've got the center console there. So we're mocking up the switches on the center console, making sure that you can physically see them from where you're sat, making sure that you can actually reach them, turn all the knobs and dials, and then things like where we're putting the door handles. So you can see on the door here, we've got where we're going to have handles and quick releases. And yeah, just checking that everything actually works.
Really interesting as well that you've gone, it looks like, for full physical switchgear. I can't really see anything that looks like it's going to be haptic or touch sensitive in here. I guess that's a
No,
conscious
there's
choice.
nothing that's on a touch screen. There is a screen, but the screen is information display only.
Yeah, I mean, that's very Formula One.
Yeah.
And I wish the rest of the car industry would catch on. Hopefully they will. This structure next to me, is this for kind of crash safety?
Yeah, so that's a Le Mans Hypercar spec head padding.
Yeah.
So it's very much the same as a Le Mans Hypercar, where you have the head padding all round, so that if you have a side impact, your head's very protected.
Understood. Yeah, it's very cozy, and I could almost nod off in here. Not because you're boring me, but because it's nice and comfy. But I think we should now go and see what this looks like when it's made out of carbon. Just
Okay.
give me sort of 20 minutes to get out. Now, in the interlude, while I clamber out, here's how that MDF buck will look when it's in a real car. Everything will be worked via tactile, physical controls that are simple to operate, even when you're wearing fireproof gloves. Handy when you're busy pulling 5G thanks to 1,700 kilograms of fan-assisted downforce. Oh, just one more question about the interior. All the Formula One guys, they have a bespoke seat fitting, don't they, where they almost sit in sort of plasticine or papier-mâché and it moulds to their backside. Does everyone who buys an RB17 get the same treatment?
They will, but there will be a more generic seat that if you want to swap drivers around, you can adapt the seat to different drivers.
Right.
But then the owners have the option of having their own customised seat.
So you will get that full bespoke
Full
F1
bespoke
experience. Very cool. Right, let's go and see what this looks like when it's finished. And here we have one you literally made earlier.
Yep.
So this is the first RB17 tub.
The first chassis, yep, chassis 1.
This is very cool. I'm impressed to see it has matching herringbone carbon weave. Is that actually for strength, or do people just expect that when they're paying £5 million for a car?
I think it's more just expected, and it's one of those things where when it can be done without any detriment to weight or anything like that, then we'll do it just as a matter of course.
I see. Now, it was fascinating that when we came in, one of your colleagues was scanning this with what looked like a giant supermarket laser. What was he doing?
So he's literally scanning the surfaces, bringing them into the CAD model, so that you can compare how the reality of what we've just spent the last however many weeks making compares to what the design intent was.
Right.
So it's an inspection process, making sure it's all, and it's really so that you know that when you then start bolting things to it, everything's going to fit together and it's actually going to work.
So all those tolerances are absolutely spot on. Looking at it here, you really get a sense of the classic Adrian Newey tightness of packaging, you know, this very pointed nose. It looks like the driver and passenger's legs will be kind of skewed together to a point. Is that right?
Yeah, and the driver and passenger sit staggered, so the driver's ahead of the passenger.
Right.
Passengers sort of not massively staggered, but a kind of a head length backwards. And so yeah, your legs are poking slightly towards the centre line, but it's a small angle.
Yeah, but that's an improvement, I guess, over the Aston Valkyrie, where the seats are pretty much side by side.
Yeah, I mean, it feels more spacious than a Valkyrie because you're not going shoulder to shoulder with your passenger.
Yeah.
Because your shoulders don't overlap.
Yeah. So there you go. This is the practical one. I just want to mention as well this what looks like a nose cone over here.
Yeah. It's a nose cone.
Can you just talk us through the sort of crash test that this thing has to go through? Presumably, it does have to comply with racing regulations.
Well, it doesn't have to,
Right.
but we needed to design it to some set of standards.
Yeah.
And so we chose to design it to be compliant with the Le Mans Hypercar regulations because that felt like the most relevant set of regulations that we could use as a baseline and a line in the sand to aim for.
Yeah. So can you confirm now this will go racing at Le Mans?
I can't.
You need a
Unfortunately.
V10 at Le Mans.
I
It's a
can't.
shame.
I mean, we'd love to, but
Yeah.
nothing that I can confirm at the
Strictly for
moment.
customers at the moment. I guess the sad thing is you've got this beautiful carbon and you will have to destroy how many of these in order to satisfy your own self-imposed crash test?
Well, hopefully only one. So
really?
hopefully we'll crash this one,
Yep.
and then we get a pass on the load trace, and then we're good to go.
Right, so this one will be sacrificed to make sure that all the other RB17s can live.
Exactly.
Right, where next?
Let's go and see where they're putting some mechanical bits together, so sub-assembly.
Let's go.
So what does a £5 million track car's gearbox look like?
So you've just seen the very first RB17 chassis, and here we have the very first RB17 gearbox, and Rob is now going to give a dummy's guide to how you build, well, a dog box which knows where its own dog teeth are.
Yeah.
Can you please put that into terms that I might be able to understand?
Yeah, certainly. So, I mean, traditional dog box, so you've got when we talk about dogs, we're talking about these lumps on the gear.
Right.
And so when you...
Dogs means lumps.
Well,
Where do you say far?
yeah. I don't know why they're called dogs, actually. That always happens. You have the
Someone
dog...
will write in from the comments.
Yeah, so you have the dog ring that has
Yep.
a set of dogs on it, and then the dogs on the gear. And so when you engage a gear, effectively you're engaging that dog ring into there, and then the dogs drive together. Now, we can see this on here as well, so you can see that when I rotate this part, the barrel, you can see that it's moving the selector forks.
Yeah.
And they hold this dog ring, and you can see them going into and out of gear. So that's us going up through the gearbox.
Okay.
Now the clever bit is that the software and the electronic system, the sensors, they learn where all of these are on all of the different gears. So when the driver requests a gear shift in a traditional dog box, you can engage and you can go what we call dog to dog. So you're straight onto the faces of the dog and you don't get drive and you have to try again. So that's what you used to experience when you're shifting on your sequential gearbox in like an old F1 car or some of the more recent sort of Formula 3000, that kind of thing. So you get dog to dog, but you can also get what we call a partial engagement. So if the dog's just going in and it just takes up drive, then it can just land on the corners, and that can take the corner of the dog off, and then you got debris in the gearbox, and it doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
So the clever bit is that we use what we call dog timing software and sensors, so that we learn where all these dogs are. So when the driver requests a gear shift, the software is saying, okay, well, where are my dogs? And it waits till you've got a nice clean window to insert into, and then it takes up drive. And that way, it's a few milliseconds of delay, so it's completely transparent to the driver, but that means that we never get that dog-to-dog situation, so we don't damage the dogs, so we get a long-lasting gearbox, and it also means that we get much faster changes than you traditionally would from a single-barrel gearbox.
So that's a complete win-win for durability and for lap time. How similar is this to Formula One gearbox technology? Are you allowed to use this?
Yeah, so it's similar. I mean, Formula One have gone to the twin-barrel gearbox typically, so that's where you can engage the higher gear before you disengage the lower gear.
Right.
Now that for us was too high a risk system for a car that we're selling and wanting not to have a massively high service interval. And so this is kind of, it's F1 tech and the software that does the dog detection and works out where all the dogs are, that's fully come out of F1, but we haven't gone that last step of F1 performance.
I see. But even though this looks like a beautiful piece of sculpture, and yet it's so small, I hope the scale of it comes across. So there's 1,200 horsepower effectively going through these dog lumps.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely mind-blowing. Right, what else can you show us in here?
Well, I think over here there's some front uprights that have just had the axles installed. So yeah, front upright for you.
I mean, it's a really organic looking shape. So has this been 3D printed or machined? How
Well,
do
it's,
you
it's
manufacture
actually
this?
been machined.
Right.
So it's machined aluminium that's then coated for corrosion resistance.
Right.
And then the axle's a type of steel.
And then is this a Formula One style wheel hub, where the wheel nut goes on?
Similar. I mean, it's a wheel with pegs in it. That's the pegs engage in the holes in the axle here.
Okay.
And then single central wheel nut that locks the wheel on. Your brake disc is then splined onto the outside of the axle.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a featherweight component, but
No.
it's dealing with a massive
It's got
amount
a
of
massive
force.
amount of load going through it.
Yeah, and it's still, for the size of it, it's a big old piece of metal. It's not that
Yo.
heavy.
Yeah.
Everything about motorsport engineering makes car components beautiful, doesn't
Yes.
it? Do you still get a kick out of looking
Oh,
at that
yeah,
and
I
thinking,
mean-
that's quite gorgeous?
You do. And this is one of the chunkier components, to be perfectly honest, on the car. When you look at some of the smaller hydraulics bits and that sort of thing, you think, wow, that is really stunning.
This might be like asking you about a favourite child, but do you have a favourite component on the RB17?
That's what we was doing originally. That's what we was doing. You remember the one that we had with Rich?
Least favourite components,
I
rather
was
than
just
favourite.
gonna re-edit
bit
that.
that's
Because it's the
to a
bit
way
that's
that,
broken,
like,
it's the bit that's ruined your Sunday afternoon because you've seen a car stop,
Right.
and then you come in on Monday and spent the next months working out what to do with.
So your favourite component is the next stronger, lighter one.
Yeah, the one that doesn't give you any grief.
Nice. Very cool. Now, hydraulics, not traditionally the sexiest part of a fast car, but since you've mentioned them, you brought us into the hydraulics room because this
Yeah, and a
component
lot, and
is
that's
amazing.
really-
It looks like a
that's
sort
really one of our main
robot's
services.
heart. Yeah, please take it away. What are we looking at?
I suppose robot heart's quite a good description, really, because I mean it's the control part of the front end of the hydraulics of the car. So it has the valves, it's the manifold that distributes the fluid into the different functions. So hydraulics controls the suspension, hydraulics powers the steering, and so you have the valves and the pressurized fluid to actually spread out to those different areas.
Yeah, so it's worth mentioning that a big coup for RB17 is the fact that it's got active suspension, which has been banned in Formula One since '93. That's obviously going to allow a huge amount of adaptation for the aero platform and the suspension stiffness, and allows you to do very, very cool things. But yeah, that all depends on hydraulic fluid.
So with
and
NMG,
this
so
component
basically
is just
my
a
editing
genuine
services.
thing of beauty. It's a shame it will be
I'm
covered
really
up in the
just
car.
It is. I mean,
Anything you want to do,
And it-
like social
As
media
you
wise,
expect, it's unbelievably light. I know that doesn't come across on camera, but just look if you can see in there the intricacy of the way this has all been machined from solid.
But I'm saying like
from
anything,
one
like
piece.
anything specifically, just
it has
editing,
this
like
organic
video wise,
quality to it. Like it looks like it's come from some sort of
like I
hybrid
could just open up my laptop,
machine
get that
animal
right
from
now,
the
you feel me?
future.
That's what I already
the metal is very much wrapped around the fluid that's in there. So little metal as you
Nah,
can.
nah, I definitely hear
Fluids
you
are
talking about
very
these new
pressure,
business
200
ventures,
plus
but that's
bar
something that
system.
you'll probably be
So
better
the
at than me.
forces involved are pretty high.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do need
And
to
definitely,
up in there, but it's,
and it's not, and
absolutely
the real thing is
minimised
just like I really don't just
And when we hear in
gotta-
Formula One commentary, when we're watching the racing and it says, oh, this car's retired due to a hydraulics failure, now they don't have hydraulic active suspension. What's the hydraulics doing in a modern F1 car?
so pretty much everything
No,
needs high force.
clipping,
So
I
you
got
use
clipping.
hydraulics
I got
power-
clipping.
power steering.
You're probably right now
open
just
the
trying to
clutch,
figure out
to lock
what
the
do you want
differential,
to do
change
with
gear,
your
to
personal
drive the engine
business.
throttles.
Because yes, we are a partnership. NMG
probably something else on the
plus
turbo
BSC,
as well.
we are a partnership.
It's very
But we
fundamental.
still do have our
That's why
own
you see
stuff.
cars retiring
And
with
mine's-
hydraulic
mine's
And you
is
don't have
like
a massive
video
reservoir of
editing,
fluid,
clipping.
so
No,
if
you're-
you have
you're
a
right
small
now, you're trying to
hydraulic
see
leak,
what you can do, you feel me?
Please.
But I am your
it's all right,
partner.
it's only a tie wrap saddle.
Yeah.
If you have a small hydraulic leak, then the pressure in the system, you lose your spare fluid very quickly, and then the pressure decays, and then you can't control all those functions on the car. And no throttles, you don't go very far.
Understood. I don't understand this. I'm going to give it back to you before I knock another piece off it.
For everybody that we just sent to everybody. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the suspension was having a bumpy ride.
So this is a
And you're literally just
purpose-built
sending them that
room
video. I feel
to
like I
contain
can imagine.
this
I can imagine it.
wild
You probably
structure,
send them like a little introduction.
which is, as you
text
can
message
see,
with the video
working on
app.
the suspension. Now, Rob, before we get into the suspension, I just want to talk about the frame that this lives in, because it literally looks like someone's Victorian railway bridge
shit.
somewhere is missing
Real
some
shit.
girders. What on earth is this?
Real shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, we call it the bed plate, and then we have two load walls.
Right, bed plate and load walls.
Yeah, and it's just fundamentally a very stiff structure that we can mount things to and then put the loads that the car sees through them.
you're telling me. I mean, the thickness of these girders here beggars belief. It looks like it must weigh tens of tons.
I think it does, yeah.
You need that when you're talking about setting up the suspension on a car that's got to support, I guess, what, 1,200 kilos plus of downforce?
Money-wise,
12, yeah, around.
Yeah. So,
I
what
feel
will you learn from running the
I'll
bumpers on
definitely
here?
skill with AI.
So we're really doing a durability
Be like,
test.
see
So basically trying to
what
make sure
everybody
everything
else is
lasts
charging.
as
That's
long as we want
definitely
it
the first thing.
so that
He's
before we
gonna
run
look
the car,
up
we
what
prove out as
everybody
many
else
things
is
as we can
charging.
in the lab.
Because we already got
what we see here
quality
in front
content.
suspension,
Now,
so that we
he's just
then
gonna be
take a
trying to
car
get the best
testing that's
bang.
already fundamentally reliable.
And we're gonna.
I mean, this
we're
looks
gonna have
to
to
be
be like,
set
hey,
in the British
we have
B-road
quality,
setting
we won't
at the
leave one.
moment.
We're gonna need
But
to make
if
it a
you wanted to
win-win
say
for
type in
Not that he feel like
simulate
he's
a lap
overpaying
of
us,
Spa
that he just feel
or
like he's
Silverstone, could it do that?
Yeah, so we will be able to do that, and we'll also be using this
But
to,
I'm gonna give
to
it
work
AI
on the actual
1200 don't
suspension.
sound like a lot.
So at the moment, this is working in a fairly
Because,
passive
man, I'm not gonna lie,
way. We're using
editing
it to
takes
drive the
at least
active
about
side of the
like,
system as well.
Yeah.
half
So we've got
hour,
front
45
suspension
minutes
here.
just for
What we're
a
looking
clip.
at over
rear
there.
That's fully
suspension
edited.
there.
Makes
and,
sense.
you know, and
Yeah, it's just it's so heavy
see.
duty, and I have to say,
when
compared
do
to some of
you
the other
want to
stuff
have
you
your
showed us,
number
the
by?
carbon, that beautiful hydraulic piece of componentry, this is
Yeah,
kind of
when do you want to
reassuringly
know by?
heavy duty.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, we don't need rig bits to be light. So,
Yeah, February, starting February for sure, but
we
we're
need
gonna at least have a
performance by making
conversation.
your rig bits all beautifully machined and very lightweight, so we try to just do it as efficiently as possible.
Sure. Yeah, this is, I just can't get over this structure. And yeah, if you break something here, I can't imagine the forces that have gone through it. Wow.
Perfect. But see, the thing is that I want to go
Okay,
ahead
so
and have a little
gearbox
bit. I want to go
dyno
ahead and
with
set my
no
LLC
engine in here
so
to
I can have
spin the
everything
gearbox.
on
How does
cash
this
set up
work?
so it can be
Yeah,
like
so we've got effectively 3 electric motors. So one electric motor that
Yeah, as I was saying, and it's not like it's gonna take. It's not gonna take nothing
two
more than like
representing each side of the
just
car on the
paperwork
back.
and
so
waiting
it's-
and shit. So I'm
and
gonna go
so
ahead
then
and
you've got the
now.
engine
Go
motor
ahead,
that's
go ahead,
putting
start
in the
LLC
power,
for this shit.
and then the other 2
Go ahead,
motors
get
are
it.
absorbing the power, representing the inertia of the car.
Right. Have you blown anything up yet?
What, recently? Or? No, I mean,
Oh no,
we
real
did
shit.
the
No, I'm gonna do
Turing
first. Well, I'm gonna
2017,
do first. I'm gonna
this
go ahead and
dyno's
start
quite old now.
reacting to some
We put this
videos
in
on
probably
YouTube about like
15
step
years
by
ago on
step.
one side,
Not
and so
even
there's
like
been plenty
you
of
know, I'm
swarf
still gonna. I'm
generated
asking. I
over the
I'm
years.
the best
And when
services.
will a
I still wanna get, like,
V10
a general
meet
understanding.
that
That's
lovely
why I'm
gearbox we
watching
saw earlier
some
for the
YouTube
first
videos,
time?
and the good thing
So
I
I think it's
monetize whatever
due to happen in
Yeah,
January. So
to me,
testing the engine in
learning about
isolation at
starting
Cosworth, as
LLC
we saw
shit,
yesterday,
and probably
and then
getting
testing the
to
gearbox in
what's
isolation
today?
here.
Today
And you want to
is
get them both
Saturday.
functioning
I say probably
and doing
getting
everything
to
they need to do by
Wednesday, I'll
themselves
go ahead, like,
before you then
yeah,
bring them
like,
together,
put money,
and then you
like,
get them
like,
talking to
wait
each
for
other.
it.
And
That's
when
like
I say talking to each
paperwork.
other, literally, so when you want to change gear, you want the engine to cut slightly. And
But
so
nah,
it's good
right
getting
now
the
I'm just
control
learning
system
to try to go ahead and
and
get
the
the
all
LLC
the
started.
actuation
And that'll
systems
be-
on both
once I
engine
get
and
the
gearbox
LLC,
to
I'll go
work in
ahead and
harmony.
maybe some business
Makes
cards.
sense.
I'll really be out here in the London giving out my like. if
Well,
you
Rob,
need an
thank you
editor,
so
hit me
much
up,
for
hit me
showing
up,
us
hit me up. I
around
swear, I'll
your
really be out
office.
here.
I know it's still a work in progress, but it's been fantastic to
And the good thing,
have a look around. I just wanted to
got
end up
you
next to
as
the
a business partner. That's
RB17
probably-
because
that's probably one of the biggest ones.
we know this thing is still hairy.
I know I
for
can't. I know I
development.
can't do everything.
When will we next
That's why I have
see
to do that.
a car running, and when, in your eyes, will it be finished?
So we're building the car early next year, aiming to have it on track around sort of probably end of March, beginning of April, something like that. And then when will it be finished? Well, we're aiming to have first customer
Well, you
deliveries
get
probably
lost
12
in
months
that.
after that. So it's all sort of getting pretty real pretty soon.
So this, so
Well,
so
hopefully
we
we'll see a
can
demo
go ahead
lap
and
at some
record that,
Formula One Grand Prix
that-
next year,
that-
maybe?
that new raw
Yeah, we haven't
footage
finalised plans,
for
but
all
we'll
of our
certainly
new
be
clients.
demoing it. at a
I
range of
don't even
tracks,
have to re-record.
whether it be
I'll
F1
probably-
tracks or
I could
whether it
probably
be
add something
Goodwood,
else.
places like
But
that.
really, I'm just
We'll
gonna be
see.
waiting
I
on
think
your
no lap
raw
recording's safe.
footage,
Rob,
and
thank you
then
so
I'll
much for
put
your
it
time.
together,
Pleasure
and
to
then
come round
we're
and
just gonna
see
literally just start
the
looking
Red Bull
like,
Space
like
Station.
yeah, we've been talking about
Thank
it.
you very much.
But like,
Now
really,
it's time to
'cause
detour
I already
over
know
to
myself
Cosworth
how to
headquarters
I already
to
know
hit
myself.
RB17's
But it just, I've been
4.5
editing
litre,
for myself. I've been editing for
15,000
Chris.
RPM
I've been like, I
V10
gotta organize,
on the
like,
dyno.
I had to organize a lot
In
of
this
things before you
dyno
can
room,
start getting
somewhere
other
in
clients. And
Northampton
then you have to get
Industrial
yourself right,
Estate,
you
the
have to get
GMA
right, then you gotta get other
T50's V12
And then you
burst
gotta
3
balance out
into
your
life.
own work life too. It's not two physical jobs. It's not hard. It's not possible. You just gotta be on it.
So did the Aston Martin Martin Valkyrie's V12, and the Bugatti Tourbillon's V16.
For sure. And what he already streams?
With 10 cylinders.
Okay.
So the engine's just sitting in its warm-up phase right now, doing about 4,500 RPM, holding a incredibly smooth idle for it. I think right now it's only producing around 100 horsepower, so we've got some revs to go. Now up to 7,000 RPM, getting a bit more of that V10 howl.
So you know the good thing, you already good with making websites. A YouTube channel is not nothing more, it's literally nothing different than a website. You just post active videos. So you're already good with structuring things. This could be like your expertise area. Whenever you have a client that wants to get like something set it up, that's where you could actually like go in and set up the account. And then, like anything like video wise, that's what I
from V10s. It's
because
got the musicality,
they need the account
and
first.
yet the savagery.
But
Formula One
and
cars
really,
sound like that.
You said what? Oh no, yeah, I'm edit it regardless. I'm gonna edit it, but if you can make it, if you make this YouTube channel, I'll do all the editing.
Bruce Wood is the managing director of Cosworth, so there's no one better to
What, the
talk
YouTube
to
channel
about the
or the
company's
video?
latest British hypercar
For sure.
project.
Yeah, so when the whole project began, we didn't land immediately on a V10. I think it was somewhere in 2021 that we first started having discussions with Adrian Red Bull, and the sort of concept began to take some shape. It was a couple of years from memory between those early discussions and when we actually.
Alright, brother,
sort of
hit me up,
started
man, if you
getting-
need anything. But
And in that
after you
period,
see me
then,
that raw
on and off,
video, I'm gonna go ahead.
I do remember talking to Adrian every few months. You know, at one point he was very keen on something more Formula One-esque, a V6 highly boosted turbo, and we did a lot of work looking at the sort of thermal efficiency we could achieve with that. And then we looked at V12s, normally aspirated briefly, and we sort of went all around these loops. He's very good at pushing you and pushing you and pushing you until you're at the point where you sort of say, well, we're not interested now, because it's impossible. And if you get to that point, then he says, okay, we'll go back to the stage before. And I think he's very good at judging when, you know, say, sort of pushing us on an engineering level, when he's pushed us a little bit too far and we become sort of disengaged because you sort of think, well, it's a bit silly now. And then he brings it back a step. And at that point, he has very cleverly pushed you to the absolute limit of the ability of what you know how to do, but he hasn't pushed you beyond it. And that is actually very satisfying to work with them. So you know, I would be the first to recognise that he has pushed us further than maybe we would have gone without it. I have to say, personally, I always felt like we were going around the lap and we were going to end up back to the really aspirated V10, because I know that is very much Adrian's favourite period of Formula One, that sort of early 2000s, very high revving V10s. You know, it is a very evocative noise. It's an exciting time. So we landed on the normally aspirated V10. It is completely ground up. Every part of it is brand new. Regrettably, perhaps no part of it is shared with any other engine from a commercial perspective. Again, interestingly, it shares more probably with actually the engines we were doing, the V10s we were doing in Formula One sort of 20 plus years ago, than it perhaps does with other hypercar engines we've done more recently. And particularly because, unlike those engines, it is destined just for the track. So it's uninhibited by any requirement for emissions legislation, which is the biggest thing which drives the design of the hypercar engines. With the hypercar engines, you very much start with a combustion system and then you clothe it with an engine. With this, a little less so, because, say, we didn't have that issue of needing to meet emissions. The capacity of the engine is derived pretty much from the power that you want to achieve and the revs that you want to run. And so that combination led us to 1,000 horsepower quite quickly. So that then defined, say, the capacity and then the cylinder size, and everything else falls out from there. Again, a thing that was very important in going into this program was that you don't need to have an army of technicians to run it. I think the customers for these sort of cars, clearly they are willing and able to fund the purchase price, but I think inevitably some of the enjoyment is taken away if you have to plan 6 months in advance when you want to use it. The engine is very much designed to a target, and we decided from day one that 15,000 was the limit. So if we wanted to run faster, then we would need a different architecture of engine, different piston to retain the piston speeds as acceptable to an acceptable margin. One of the things that drove the 15,000 limit, as you say, back in the day they used to run to 18, and in fact the V8 back in the day we ran to 20. So we could have gone more, but back to what we were just saying about the sort of usability and operability of the engine. Again, back in the day when we were running 18,000, a race weekend would be 3 engines a car. You'd have a test engine, you'd have a qualifying engine, and then you'd have a race engine. And so the engines were doing 300-400 kilometers, and that's all then for a rebuild. So one of the targets for this was that it should have, in sort of track car standards of this sort of car, that it should have an extraordinarily high rebuild interval. To that basis, it'll run on pumped gasoline, and I think customers will be delighted to find that it's up in the many thousands of kilometers, up in the 10,000 kilometers, depending on driving style, etc., etc. But that was a large part of choosing the 15,000. If you start creeping up much above 15,000, you start pulling down the life, and that was a very important target to everybody concerned, and that it should have a long rebuild interval. So this engine, as it stands, is absolutely exclusive to Red Bull. The foreground IP, so the specific design of this engine belongs to Red Bull. So other than being in another Red Bull car in the future, you won't see this elsewhere. In terms of, would Cosworth ever do another V10? Well, that's within our wheelhouse if somebody wanted one, but it would be a different engine to this for sure.
So, you're up to date on the RB17's progress. In the past 18 months, we've seen the first static model, we've set a lap time in Red Bull Simulator that would have put us next to Max on the grid at Silverstone, and now we've brought you the full in-depth factory tour. Cannot wait to see and hear this thing running out in the wild soon, so stay tuned.
I'll put the stream later. Be back, guys.